how do you make a video background for a website using Canva? I'm going to show you how to do just that. My name is Michelle, and I release videos on marketing, websites, and all things design. So if you find this information helpful, please be sure to give the video a like and subscribe if you'd like to follow along. Once again, today's video is a viewer request, which brings up a great topic. If you have any tutorials out there that you'd like to see, you can always leave a comment on any of my videos or send me an email. Either way works. I can't always guarantee that I will make a video for every request, but I'll do the best when I can. So if you're ready to get started, let's dive in.
To begin, you're going to log into your Canva account. And as you can see, I'm just kind of on the home page, the dashboard. What you'll want to do if you aren't there, usually it lands on the For You page. But if you go to the video tab right here, this is just an easy, quick way to start your template. You're going to want to create a video. So 1920 by 1080 is what our goal is going to be. And so we can take a moment here and we can just set up a few things. We could give our video a name, just did a quick background_video. And for this particular example, I'm going to be using photos, and we're going to be adding some motion to the photos and kind of making it a moving collage, if you will. You can also use these techniques for video clips. That's a very simple way to do it. But for this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do it with photos first. So you could upload your photos, or you can use some of the stock photography options that they have right inside of Canva, which I think is what I'm going to do. So let me pull in my first picture. I'm going to go to the Photos tab, and then I'm just going to search for, we'll just do something really generic and fun. So I'm just going to do colors. And so we'll just pull in this first one. And I'm just dragging it and snapping it to the canvas. If I kind of hover over it to the side, it will fill the canvas. So the thing that I need to do next is add some motion to this. And I can do that pretty easily just by clicking the animate button. So we've got some different animations here, and you can go through and really test these out to see how you like them. Let's try under the scale. Let's see, this one is breathe, so it's kind of like zooming in. As I hover over these, it should give me a preview of what it's like. There's a photo zoom where it's zooming out. So I might use one of these two. Just looking at some of the other ones. If they're not having any reaction, this one's kind of drifting over to the side. Again, that breathe. I think I'm going to use breathe, but as you hover over these, you'll be able to sort of see the effect that you want to create. And so if we're creating this kind of moving collage of photos, then this is what we need to do. We just need to add one. So I'm going to click breathe. And then I've got the ability to really set how long I want my video background to be. So I might start to think in terms of like how many images I want and how long the video needs to be. So if I'm thinking that 30 seconds is a good amount of time for sort of a background video on a website, then maybe 3 photos, 10 seconds a piece might make sense. So I can just hover over here and then drag this, and you can see that the seconds are going up. So I could just go to 10. And then let's say I'm ready for my next photo. Let's add a page here. I'm going to go back to the photos, and then I'll type in colors again, and let's choose something different. Let's just choose this like really bright color gradient here. I'll pull that down. Now that time I did the same thing. I mean, it's just, you can pull it to the canvas, you can pull it to the page. Either way works really. Just showing you a variety of options of how you can get it in use. So I want to do the same thing. I can either take this and use the breathe, or I could switch it up and like maybe we try the other scale one, which was photo zoom. Again, I can make that adjustment for 10 seconds, and then let's add another image. I'll go back to photos. We'll choose color again, and let's do these lights. So we'll just snap that to the canvas, and then instead of that, maybe we'll do breathe. We'll go back to breathe for that. So now we can see that it's moving. Okay, let's play our video. So if I want to get my cursor back, I can just kind of click above it, bring it back to 0, and let's play. we can see that the photo is slowly moving and then it's kind of just pulsating out because the transition's taking quite a long time. Not really seeing much going on with that one, so that might not be a animation option I want to choose, but then I can see that that's kind of going in and out. Okay, so if I want to go a step further, I can add some transitions in between each photo to make the jump to the next image a little less harsh. All I have to do is I can click on that plus arrow and you can see I can either add a page in between or I could add a transition. I'd like to add a transition. So I'm going to click on this bottom icon here. And then I've got a couple of options. So we've got a dissolve. So you can see it's kind of just like a crossfade one into the other. You could do a slide. We could do a circle wipe, a line wipe, or a match and move. I'm not really sure what this is. It looks like it's a newer one, but let's just try this. Animates identical elements smoothly between pages. Kind of interesting. So you can also set the duration of your transition, and I think half a second probably is okay with me, so I'm going to leave it there. And then let's add the same transition back into the next slide. We're going to choose match and move. And so let's move our cursor here back to the front so that we can see how this looks. I don't really think there's anything going on with that photo zoom, so let's change that to breathe and see if that actually changes anything, because it just doesn't really look like it's doing anything. And it could be the photo too. I don't know. It just doesn't really look like anything is happening to that photo. So we'll just pretend that it's working the way that we want it to. So there is our video. It is currently, well, it's 24 seconds because I forgot to drag that out. You know, I would probably suggest at least 5 seconds per image. The 10 seconds might be a little too long, but again, it's completely up to you of how you want to adjust that, because I think the longer you go with some of these transitions, the different effects it has on it. So if we just look at what happens here, I'm guessing because the transition is because the length of the clip is so long that it's just kind of fading in and out. So maybe that's not something that you want, and you could just control that by shortening it to around 5 seconds, which would be completely fine. So if this is all ready to go and we like it and we're ready to put it on our website, we obviously need to download it. So in order to download the video, all you have to do is come up to the share button in the top right hand corner, and then you will see download and then MP4 video. This is what you will want to use. So I'm going to download that right now. A quick note on putting this on your website. So I know that there are some links where you can share your Canva creations. Any one of those URLs is just not going to work when you're trying to embed it in a website. To show you what this video looks like on a website, I'm actually going to do a quick tutorial in Divi, because you know how much I love Divi. So I'm just going to show you how to add it as a background video by using Vimeo. Vimeo is going to be by far your best choice. If you wanted to upload your video to YouTube and use it as a background video, there is a lot more steps, and it's probably going to be another 20-minute tutorial. So if you really, really want to see it, I will make a video on it. Just let me know in the comments if you do. Otherwise, right now we're just going to roll with the Vimeo example just to show you how easy it could be when you're using it in something like Divi. So let me go over to my test website, my little code some stuff. As you can see, this is actually a background video that I created in Canva with 3 different photos using the breathe technique of just zooming in on the photos and then doing a soft sort of dissolve transition to the next photo. And it looks pretty seamless. So just another great example. Now, let me quickly show you where you're going to grab the URL in Vimeo once you upload your video to a Vimeo account. So here is my background video that I've uploaded. I actually want to go into the settings. I'm going to go to advanced settings. And then normally it just lands me on the general tab where I could give info. I could give, privacy, collection information, all of that. What I want to do is actually scroll to distribution. We'll click that drop down. And then if I just scroll within this panel, I'll eventually land on video file links. So there are specific URLs. If I were to just copy this video URL right here, it's not going to work in Divi. I have to go down to these distribution video file links. And so I'll just choose the HD 1080p. I'll hit copy link on that. So I'm good to go there. We'll go back to my website. I'll hit enable visual builder. We'll click the settings for my section. We'll go to the background tab, and then in the video tab here, we'll just click our little gear icon. We'll hit insert from URL, and then I'm just going to paste that link that we just copied from our Vimeo account. We'll hit insert into post. And now we can see my little colored background is there. So I'll hit save on that. So that makes things extremely easy. But like I said, if you really want that YouTube video on how to do it, it's a completely different process and it's going to involve just a little bit of coding. So if you need it and you want to see it, let me know. Otherwise, I suggest using Vimeo. If you're curious about pricing, Vimeo accounts start as low as $7 a month if they're billed annually. That's probably around $84 a year. So it's not that big of an investment to make your life just a little bit easier. If you're making a lot of these types of videos, it does have sort of a weekly upload limit. But if you're not if you're not creating a ton of videos, that first plan should probably work for you. Just something to think about. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.